Welcome to CPG Vibes. No script, just chat. We talk all things food and beverage and so much more. Feel our vibe and search for CPG Vibes on Apple Podcast or Spotify, and make sure to give us a 5-star review. If you'd like to sponsor our show with your product or service or be a guest, email us at cpgvibes100@gmail.com. Now your hosts, me, Alex Baer with Genius Juice, and Wade Yenny. All right, welcome to episode 68 of CPG Vibes. We are racing towards 100, just like Patrick Sinclair. So we have a special edition, just out the gate, going to mention it, live brand spotlight. I will get into more details. Wade, how you doing?
Good, man. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to get it going.
For sure. Yeah, so we're going to bring on some brands. Basically, normally if you like to be a guest on our show, there's a 5-year waiting period plus a 1-year background check. But we're going to forego all of that for the sake of supporting our CPG community. So we're going to bring on a bunch of brands, literally just shout it out in the comments, and we're going to just pluck you from the crowd. We're going to go ahead and email you. So make sure to give us your email.
Are we doing email or are we doing LinkedIn message?
We can do LinkedIn message works good too.
It's probably going to be a little bit faster that way. Right.
That is a little bit faster. You're right. Yeah. So we will do LinkedIn messaging. We'll give you the StreamYard link, which I'm going to copy and paste right now before I forget. And we will get you on the show. But before that, just some laundry list items here. So 5 freaking stars. Saying that slow, because it's so important that we get to 100. This is like the theme of 100.
You could abbreviate that and just say effing and just, yeah, right.
Effing, yeah, because we don't have as much time on the show today, so we got to abbreviate a lot.
Cut a syllable here and there, right?
Exactly. Maybe I shouldn't talk. That's the only way to finish on time here. So 5 stars, Apple Podcasts. We are at 84 right now. The road to 100, right? That's the theme. The road to 100.
I think that's copyrighted. I'm not sure. By Patrick.
Yeah, Sinclair and Associates will be getting a legal letter soon. Cease and desist. What's the opposite of cease and desist? Do not stop and keep going. That's the other
Stop,
one.
drop, and roll. I don't know.
Stop, drop, and roll. Brings me back to the grade school days, right? With with fires. All right. So also, if you'd like to be a sponsor on our show, we are doing paid sponsorship so that Wade and I have a roof over our heads. That's really important for us. The cost of living is going up every day. Inflation is going up, but our rates are not going up. We assure you that. So if you'd like to be a sponsor on our show, we mention you in the beginning, in the middle, in the end. We have your product that we actually show, and sometimes we'll be eating during the episode. We just love Laurel. So with Daily Crunch, we show this product. And so make sure to email us at cpgvibes100@gmail.com to be a sponsor. And it's a great opportunity. We have hundreds of listeners on live. We have thousands that go onto Apple Podcast and download it. We're the #1 CPG LinkedIn Live podcast. Doesn't sound like an honor, but it is. We're blowing it out to make it sound like an honor. And do that. If you'd like to be a guest, same thing. cpgvibes100@gmail.com. There's a waiting list right now. That's pretty long, but we'd love to have you on and hear your story. So make sure to email us as well. Speaking of laundry list, just laundry and cleaning things, behind you looks pretty barren.
It's pretty empty. Tonight's the last official night in the apartment, although we still have it for a couple weeks. Movers will be here bright and early in the morning. I'll be up in the morning. I don't know how bright I'll be, but we'll be. The show should be live from my new place next week. So lots going on.
Awesome. So what I hear in that is when there's 2 weeks where everything's moved out, to me, that's a CPG Vibes party. But that's just me. I'm putting you on the hot seat. So
I'm sure that can be arranged.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like you have nothing to lose. We don't want to cause you to lose your deposit. So you got to be, very careful on that.
Right on the walls. Put our logo all over the walls. I could figure that out. Yeah, but we'll see.
Cool. All right, so let's do some shout outs here. some comments, and then we're going to get right into bringing on brands for our first ever brand spotlight. And again, we're doing this kind of thing where we're having special events within the episodes. We're working on some other really cool things to really just spice it up. We're pretty spicy already, but to make it even more exciting, to bring on more people from the community, maybe some cash prizes at some point. So these are things that are in the works in the CPG Vibes lab with a pen and the pad, trying to get this damn label off. All right. So anyone who knows that, just put in the comment what I'm referring to. All right. So we got Tom Malengo. And by the way, we got to announce this, right? That I'll let you go for it about our episode next week.
Yeah. So Mr. Tom is going to be
pending
our guest pending acceptance, because we have to move. We're looking to move the show to Thursday because of the long holiday weekend, and we want everybody to be able to kick off their Friday the way they want to and not have to listen to us talk. So pending acceptance for next Thursday, Tom will be our guest. If not, we'll get him in a week after or two, whenever we can slip him in. But Tom, that update, Tom, is going out, if it hasn't already, as we speak. So we'll figure it out. Tom's coming soon. Coming soon. Just think of Tom as a trailer to to a movie. He's coming soon. Date TBD right now. Hopefully next Thursday, if not soon thereafter.
Cool. And I love the new logo from Brandjectory, by the way. I just want to shout out the graphic design team that did that, and just shouting out Brandjectory in general. You guys have a great service of connecting brands with investors. So thank you, Tom and Susan, Michael Movitz, Jeff Grog, and the rest of the Brandjectory team for what you do. All right. So we have David Cisneros, who is a good friend of mine. He has Origo Brands, and they are launching a crowdfunding campaign. So I would love to bring him on. He'll be one of the brands. So we'll get him on. Some others, Tom Malengo again. We have Martin Stoops, free agent. Okay, so I asked him about Noodle and Boo. It looks like he's transitioning, and Martin Stoops is on the market for the, I think, VP of sales position, right? Kenny Hausman, what's up, brother? It's been a while since we've seen this guy. It's been a while.
He's a busy guy. I for some reason, he's decided he doesn't schedule his life around our show. Still working on him. Kenny, you can do this.
You can do this, even if it's 3 hours earlier. Right. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to start going through comments. We're going to pluck you out if we feel we want to bring you on the show. And I think what we'll do, because this is a promise, and this gentleman has a great company, tons of experience, we're going to bring on David Cisneros first. So David, we're going to, since I'm connected with you on LinkedIn, I'm going to send you the invite right now. Again, this is all new. We don't know what the hell we're doing here. This is no planning. Let's see, David. I'm actually maybe having trouble finding him through LinkedIn. Let's see. I know he has to be here. Cisneros. Okay. So I am seeing a bunch of other David Cisneroses on here. So what I'm going to do, David, I'm going to email you just to make sure that you get it, because I definitely have your email. So let me just do this, David. And here is the link. And if you take too long to get on, we'll bring on someone else, and we'll bring you on second or third, but we'll definitely get you on. And we actually have, what's cool is we have a waiting room way down there. So
do we? Oh, wow. You're way more. So maybe we should find the next one to put them in there just to get ready.
Yeah, like in the bullpen or on deck.
Right.
Right.
There you go.
All right. So I just sent the email, David, for the StreamYard link. And by the way, you don't need like a program or software. As long as you have anything after MS-DOS, you're good to hop on this program. So who else? I need
I
some
see.
help.
I see Catherine Martinez Myers. Looks like she's pretty far up at the beginning of the show. So let's send her the link. Okay. I will. How about I take care of that? I've got her pulled up here.
Sure. And
all right, Catherine, I'm sending it to you now.
Sweet. And we're going to get another person on deck as well. Let's see. I like this one, Daniel Sette, Dan the Baking Man. I love that already. It feels like kind of a Danos type of vibe. So Daniel Sette, I'm going to send you an invite as well. There might be, 5-10 minute wait, and you'll be kind of sitting there in the waiting room. But I'm connected with you. There you are. And here's a link. This is kind of cool. All right, so David is on. So we're going to bring him on right now. So we're doing a stopwatch thing for 3 to 4 minutes. Bring him on. Now he is with Orgo Brands, the founder. David, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing really good.
Welcome to the show, David.
Thanks for having me.
Wade, meet David, and David and I, we already know each other. Met through LinkedIn.
We used to be in the Army together.
Oh, I was going to say maybe I don't remember, but the haircut maybe. But David, being that we're just meeting, tell everyone what your brand, your story, what's going on.
Yeah, it's a story closely tied to my family. My family is from northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. We've been here about 15 generations, and I grew up in the San Luis Valley and then Denver. And my uncle was a minister. My dad and my family would get together every Sunday after church. And yeah, we'd eat tortillas and beans and green chili from the Hatch Valley and Pueblo. And I developed this affinity for really good food, but traditional. So as I started this company, I wanted to do Hispanic foods, Latin foods, we call Latin fusion. This idea of taking traditional foods, but doing some cool things with them. And frankly speaking, kind of get it, if you don't mind my cussing, is that okay? Can I say bullshit?
Go for it.
You
already did. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I think you already did. So
can I say the word bullshit?
Yeah,
okay, I can. Okay, bullshit.
So technically, bullshit. Anglicizing. Just to be honest with you, Hispanic foods and making it, taking away its heart and its authenticity. And so we go to the origin and we find products like the Hatch green chili in our Monstro de Gila, which is Gila Monster. And we have 2 flavors. We're coming out with another one. One's from Sonora, one's from, as I said, Hatch Valley. We also import Chantico agave from Guadalajara in Jalisco. And this is both a powder. We're the only people, I believe, that have a powder in the United States, and syrups. And we're coming out with a hot agave, which I think is really exciting. Our third one is this idea, I've been in coffee for a long time, is why does coffee have to go to Italy and become, Lavazza to be premium? So we're working directly with growers in Guatemala to start, and step by step, Brazil, Mexico, to tell the stories of coffee, true family stories, multi-generational. The company that we're working with is a partner for 15 years out of Guatemala. The grandmother started the business. Anyway, just exciting products. They taste good. We're concentrating on social responsibility, and again, not bullshit. We've been doing it for 10 years. We're doing carbon offset on every shipment we send out. We work with organizations that are closely connected to our brands. And I'm really excited because I think there's a great growing niche here for authentic, modern products, not just the old-fashioned. No shame intended to old El Paso, but we're a different game.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I just love the quality, and also bringing back something that has been around a long time and just releasing it and having it in the market. It tastes better. It's better quality. Tell us more. And again, I apologize because I've been multitasking, getting the next line of people on. The sourcing story, we have about a minute here, and then we want to also go into your crowdfunding. So within a minute, which is very hard to do, I know, for anyone, the sourcing story and what makes you so unique.
Well, we work with chefs and with people who are actually on the ground. So give you, instead of doing all 3, we'll just talk about, for example, Monstro de Gila Monster. We're working with a chef from Sonora who created using bird peppers. They're called chiltepins, a delicious pepper. Many of you may be familiar with it. And then we're actually buying chili peppers from Hatch County. And this is one of the best peppers. I think anybody who's eaten green chili from Colorado knows that this is one of the best peppers in the world. So, we don't work with anything that's not real, because again, I just don't like eating authentic Hispanic food. Has spoiled me towards eating some of the bullshit you get into. I keep using that word. Some of the bullshit you get in, anglicized restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. All right. So last, right, because we're out of time, David, and thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it.
You have a crowdfunding campaign that's going to be opening here to raise capital to grow your lines of, everything you mentioned, right? The agave, the Mexican food, every Hispanic food, I should say. Give us more information about when that's going live and what that's going to look like.
Well, I've talked to you a little bit about it. We're going to be looking to go live on June 15th, so it's a little bit longer. Going through Start Engine. We've got a great friends and family community to start with. Obviously, you guys know Start Engine has just acquired another group of investors, and just going out to the public with social media and LinkedIn and trying to make a lot of contacts. I'm really actually super excited, except for one thing. I'm putting myself on the line in terms of my family and who we are. And that's a little scary, but I'm also excited.
Awesome. Great. So make sure everyone to make a note. And again, this will be on Apple Podcasts, so it's going to be a legacy episode. That Start Engine, Origo Brands, you can invest. They're going to do an early, it's going to be private, and then it's going to go public, and you're able to go on to Start Engine. So I think if you just Google Start Engine, Origo Brands after June 15th or sometime in June or July, you'll be able to find it, and you can invest and support him and his team.
Thank you so much.
Right on.
All right. We're going to bring on the next person, David. Good seeing you. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Next on looks like he's on his phone. He's pulling a Parker Olson. Remember Parker was on his phone? So Daniel, is it Sete? Am I pronouncing your last name right?
It's Cheddar.
Totally missed it.
Give some. It's okay. A lot of people get it wrong. My grandfather's actually from Hungary. That's where it comes from.
Got it. Okay. Well, great to meet you. Thank you for being just a fan of CPG Vibes and tuning in. And tell us about. And you're coming through pretty clear, despite the video is a little delayed, but your voice is coming through clear, which is the most important.
Okay.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. That's great.
Tell us about you. Tell us about your brand, because you are Dan the Baking Man. Is that right?
Yeah. It's myself and my brother Robert. It's a plant-based cooking company. 5 ingredients, no synthetic sugars or artificial sweeteners. We sell in over 100 locations across the country. We just started rebranded website about a month and a half ago. You guys can check. I can drop it in the comments, but we have 3 varieties: chocolate chip chunk, sprinkle, and matcha white chocolate.
Sounds delicious. So it's all like gluten free, or no?
Yeah, gluten free, vegan, organic, the whole 9 yards.
Awesome. And so the name. Oh, that's the name of the company, is Dan the Baking Man. Okay,
yes,
I just thought you were calling yourself Dan the Baking Man.
No, that's the name of the company.
Cool.
Nice.
And so looks like you're in Florida, so you're kind of in Wade's neck of the woods, because he's in Greensboro, North Carolina.
We know Greensboro. About a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, we did a road trip because we have a family place up in Boston. And we did a road trip stopping at little places along the East Coast on the way up there.
Right on.
Very cool.
Excellent.
Very cool. So are you looking for regional, just starting regionally in Florida? How long is your company? It looks like you've been around for about 6 years. Are you more regional? Are you more national? Tell us more about that.
Well, we're in different spots. We're in New York. We're in Chicago. We're in San Francisco, Philadelphia. We're scattered across at these little high-end coffee shops, and then we also have our D2C website.
Cool. That is music to my ears, right? And I think Wade knows why, because I love the distribution strategy of going where others don't go and dominating that sector, right? Dominating that category. So going to coffee shops, I mean, you probably, again, I'm just making assumptions here, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the velocity in coffee shops are going to be equal or better than, let's say, your standard grocery store. Is that the case with you?
Well, grocery stores can move more products, right, than your regular Starbucks, than your regular coffee shop. But they're a great test market because we sell our products through this third party called Fair. So Fair has over 70,000 total vendors that go on there, and they're able to have access to new products that they wouldn't be able to find elsewhere.
Great. Yeah, Fair. I'm a big fan of Fair. I don't know, Wade, if you've ever been on the website or dug in.
I have. Yeah.
It's so cool. And we just actually, Genius Juice had a meeting with Fair, and they're offering so many great incentives to the stores, right? To order, right? Like 1 year free shipping, and you can set it up as your wholesale on your website, and they go straight to Fair and they can order, and there's no like weird minimums. So, is there a big percentage of your sales from Fair? Is it like how, is it pretty substantial, or how's Fair going for you?
It's great. It's about like, I would say about like 60-40 in terms of Fair to our D2C website.
Wow.
One of our biggest clients is Red Bay Coffee out in San Francisco. They're scattered all across California.
I've actually been there. I went to the one in Oakland. I went to the one. It's like an outdoor, I think you probably know which one I'm talking about. It's like in the plaza, and it's like kind of like plopped in the middle of a courtyard. And I think I might have saw your product there. It looked familiar, but I may be out of my mind, but I'm like, I've heard that name before.
Probably.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Because they actually opened a new location in.
Okay, cool. So your product's available online, D2C, Fair, for any shop owners out there. And then what is your website if people would like? I know it's in the comments, but tell us.
So it's www.danthebakingman.com. There's a subscription model if they choose to, and there's also if they're a wholesaler, it takes them directly to our Fairy account page.
Perfect. All right. Well, Dan, the Baking Man, really good to meet. I'm just going to call you that from now on. And really good to have you on our show.
Right on.
And thank you so much for all your support for CPG Vibes. Take care, my friend.
No problem. Thank you. Take care.
All right. So next on,
we have
Matt
Rink.
Happy Friday, everybody.
How you doing?
I got the Friday vibe. Happy.
I've seen it. I've seen that. I know it's kind of blurry, but I saw that. Right. I think that Erewhon.
Sprouts. Whole
Sprouts.
Foods.
Yep. I've definitely seen that.
We're working on getting our brown rice flour to be organic, to be accepted at Erewhon. Obviously, I think everybody who's on this call that Erewhon is quite strict with some of their ingredients. But thank you so much for giving me the 2 minutes to share a little bit about Everybody Eat.
We weren't going to give you 5, but if you want to,
I'll take the 5. But I want to give the floor to my fellow compadres here that who chimed in. I want to give people like Gavin, who just got up just to join this call to be able to plug his Truth product as well. So
just got up from a hangover. Just got up.
But Everybody Eat.
I was going to say, Matt, tell us about your product. What you got?
Everybody Eat started 3 years ago. Perfect timing in March of 2020. Was started by 2 amazing women, Trish Thomas and Nicole Wilson. Trish was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease 16 years ago with the birth of her first son, which is an autoimmune disorder, which doesn't enable your body to break down certain proteins as well as gluten. So we're the only specialty cracker that's free from the top 14 food allergens plus corn. Like Dan the Man, our product is gluten-free. We are dairy-free as well as vegan. Our products are in about 2,400 retail doors. And really, it was just recent. We've gotten to that point. We've certainly watched your career and your brand, Alex, by going crawl, walk, and we're not quite there at jogging yet, but we're getting there. And so we're the #1 vegan cheese cracker with our cheese list within our top 2 natural retailers within Whole Foods and Sprouts. Fastest growing gluten-free cracker. And I love this industry. I love what you guys are doing. Love how you guys are helping startup brands kind of navigate through some of the pitfalls that they will go into. And certainly love getting distribution in many doors, but people, please understand you got to support it. As Wade, you've said many times, you got to be prepared to ensure that your brand will be successful, that really connects with your core consumer, because it's so competitive out there. It really is. And so the biggest thing I think about our brand that really makes us special outside of being the allergen friendly attributes and such is what we're doing within the community of Chicago. We're bringing urban manufacturing back into the city. We employ people from the south and southwest side of Chicago. Over 65% of our team members were previously incarcerated for nonviolent crimes. 20% of our team members were homeless before joining the company. We've gotten them into apartments, off the streets, gotten them into cars, gotten them into homes, give them financial coaching, as well as really making them feel that they can be a part of their community and more so a leader within their family. And so that's what I'm most proud about. And fortunately for us, because of that story and the success that we've had, Midwest Whole Foods awarded us Supplier of the Year last year.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
So
Great.
thank you so much. And I don't want to go on and plug my brand, but love you guys. Love what you're doing. And,
I do have a question. Right before you go. So where did you come up with the idea or, just get inspired, right, to hire those that were previously incarcerated, make sure they can get housing? Like, where did that idea come from?
So our mission is to give everybody a seat at the table. And so that's the reason why we call it Everybody Eat, both literally and figuratively. And Nicole Wilson, who is one of our co-founders, worked with an organization called Chicago Cred that really works with the community of people previously incarcerated, and reached out to Arnie Duncan, who oversaw that program, and said, look, we're going to be in the city of Chicago. We want to help and extend that olive branch for those who want to hold themselves accountable. And that's key, is that it's great to be able to give somebody an opportunity, but they got to embrace that opportunity and hold themselves accountable for it to work. And that's what we've really been able to, I really deem that to be the success.
That's a great story.
Want again, make a change in their lives.
Love it. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
One thing I'll share real quick, because we're, and also if you'd like to be a guest, looks like we have our next one on deck here. So we'll bring her on. She has cool glasses going on here, as always. I shop at this place when I'm up there in Silver Lake, California, called Fresco Community Market. It's in a regentrified area. Used to be a terrible area, a lot of crime, a lot of homeless people on the streets. They've really cleaned it up. It's near Dodger Stadium, so it's actually not in a bad area. And so Fresco Community Market opened, and just to regentrify with organic, natural products, things that you would find, at a Jimbo's or a Mother's Market, to be competitive. And so I met with one of the managers there, had a great conversation. I was selling Ingenious. And then I found out later from someone else that manager used to be a homeless person hanging around at the market. And one day, either the owner or someone very high up at Fresco came by and said, you seem like you're a good guy. You just, like you have your wits about you. You're just homeless and we want to help you. So how would you like a job? And they brought this homeless guy, and that literally, was asking for money for change outside of this market, brought him in as a stock boy. And then he got a home. He was in a shared living before, got a home, worked his way up over 1, 2, 3 years, became a supervisor, then a shift lead, then assistant manager. Then he became the manager of the store within like 3-4 years. And now he has a full income. He has a house. I mean, everything's great. Life is great. So it's such a great story.
It's amazing.
Definitely. Alex,
right,
we're filling up the waiting room here. You see that, Matt? We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for jumping on and telling your story. Appreciate you and what you do. Yeah.
Take care, brother. All right. Next on, she is, whoop, there we go. I double clicked and brought him back on. So we have Erica Rankin, and it's been such a long time since we brought her on. It'd be good to get some updates from her. How you doing?
What's up, Erica?
Of course, you have the Instagram, TikTok format on your picture,
I'm on
right?
my phone. My phone. No, honestly, I wasn't planning on coming on here. I am lying down, taking a break, post breakup, having a day. So I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll come on. How are you? How's it going? Happy Friday.
Really good.
Happy
Yeah, we
Friday.
love having you on, and you bring such good vibes, and we're here to lift you up as well, and also bring even more exposure and attention to your brand. So this whole cookie dough thing is starting to really grow. You know, you have brands, other brands that are entering the category, ones that are going into Walmart. And I know you want to get a piece of this action, right, and start breaking into the US. But tell us, how are things going up there in Canada? By the way, she's from Canada. And tell us, how are things?
You know, things are, I actually am not selling any product right now.
Really?
I guess, yeah. So, long story short, the tubs, I was selling them online. They did really well, D2C for like 2 years, launched them into retail last year. I guess tested it in like 120 stores, realized that it was too expensive, it was too big, there were 6 servings in a tub. It was kind of confusing for consumers to eat. Like it was like an awkward size. It wasn't gluten-free. Some of the ingredients in there, some retailers didn't like and some consumers didn't like. So I basically delisted. I'm in the process of delisting that product line completely, scrapping it, and then we're launching actually in like 4-ish weeks a single serve cookie dough like bites,
Okay.
like a sleeve of 3 balls, and they're gluten-free, cleaner ingredients. Spent 6 months in R&D and really dialed in the packaging and the copy on the packaging and got it to a price where it should have stronger velocity. So that was my goal, is to like have a product that is selling at a very strong velocity in a smaller amount of stores. And then once that's, you know, said and done, then scale it out to more stores. Cause I think a lot of people scale too quickly and then they realize, oops, I need to fix some things. So yeah, so that's what's going on.
It looks like we have some Rich. Rich has he said he can't wait for the bites. They're out of the ones he bought at Planted, and he's asking about the news on the new packages, which I think she just updated you on, right?
Yeah, he's so great. Yeah, he came to a show that I did a few weeks ago, and I didn't have my packaging done in time, so they were just in clear wrappers. So it was like a pre-launch, you know. That was the first time that I got people's feedback on it. So yeah, he tried them and he liked them, and it was a really great show, and it was great to get the product in people's hands, and also like I guess see the recognition that the brand has. It was pretty cool to see that.
Awesome. Yeah, I think, you know, when I think of your brand, I think of like tribes that are supporting you and coming out and buying your product. And, you know, obviously there's some limits because a lot of us are in the US, but, you know, there's people that love you, support you, and want to go out and buy your product. And the line of entrepreneurialism is never a straight line. I've learned that, where it's going forward, then it goes up, down, and then backwards. And then, you know, it's a squiggly line that goes all over the place. So you're basically discovering what is not working, and then pivoting and finding out what actually is working. So it's very common, and you're doing the right thing by being nimble and pivoting quickly. When something isn't working, don't hang on to it, let it go and move on. So it's good you're doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Terrific.
It's tough.
All right.
Hang in there, Erica. You got this. And
Thank
you've got so many people that support you and believe in you. So
Thank you.
I know what I do know about you is that you're going to keep plugging away and you'll get it. So
Exactly. We believe in you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right. So, Erica, thanks for joining us. We are going to move on to take care of a good weekend. All right. So, last and certainly, what is that Vanessa Williams song? Save the best. And foreshadowing, mentioning songs, foreshadowing.
Right.
Save the best for last. I want to, you know, everyone was great, but, you know, Derek, we love Derek. And he has a chicken.
What's up, Derek?
In his hand.
Not much. I'm collecting a runaway right now. This is Yolanda.
I expect no less from you. No less.
Yeah, Yolanda's a friend of the family. She lives with us, and she likes to get out and have a stroll every once in a while. So she thought she'd join the show.
Cool. All right. Hello, Yolanda. So tell us, because I've been seeing you know, photos on LinkedIn where there's a bunch of snow and you're digging the snow out, and you're, you know, and this guy, Derek, we've said it many times on our show that he is beyond being a cool guy and great at what he does for business. He's like a humanitarian. He's a social worker kind of guy, where he will, environmentalist, and he will go out and literally clean the bottoms of rivers, getting trash that's been left there. So tell us tell us about you, man. Like, what are you doing for Prana? And tell us like,
Sure.
your environmental side as well. And
so let me throw the chicken in the cage, because that's going to make life a little bit easier for me. So 1 second.
Yeah. The chicken could be a guest for us on the future episode.
All right. So life in my world. I see this place that we have as something that we all need to protect together. Every step that we take through the world is an opportunity for us to have a positive impact on people and planet. And about 9 years ago, I woke up in the middle of the night. I'd been growing organic food around the world, and it occurred to me, I'd been growing conventional food, and it occurred to me that what I was doing did not align with my soul. Hey, Onyx, soon I'll be there. So what I did is I searched for an organic food company, and I found Prana. And Prana is owned by this epic couple, Alon and Marie. They're like as solid as you can get as humans. And they've been building this great brand in Canada from literally in their mom's basement, grew it up. Suddenly we become the #1 brand in Canada for organic trail mixes, snacks, chia seeds, dried fruits. And I decided to join this company. And it really is a story of how when things in your life align, everything is magic, you know? So I was this young guy. I spent all my time skydiving and wingsuiting and climbing, but I was single and everything was sort of shallow in my life at the time. So I come to Prana. I get this interview opportunity. I fly from Toronto to Prana, and I'm hoping this is going to be a great company. And I prepare for all those CPG questions, you know, all the technical questions. I sit down in my interview, and Alon asks me the big question. He says, "What were you like as a 4-year-old?" And we talked about it for an hour, and he hired me. And Marie and Alon went home that day, and they had a friend taking care of their kids. And they said, "You know what we did today?" And she said, "What?" And they said, "We hired your future husband." And that's the story of how I met my wife and how Prana is so integrated in my life. And what I believe is that when you have your personal life and your values, people, planet, this place that we share together, and you're able to align that with a company that believes in the same things in the day, all the synergies and all the magic happens. That's why I've got these 2 great kids running around right now. So Prana we're a B Corp. In most years, we win Best for the World B Corp in the environment. We put our energy into great products, incredible products. We've been growing our business on the East Coast of the US mostly. We're in Wegmans, Stop and Shop, Giant Martin, Hannaford. We're in Sprouts. That's going to be expanding. We're going to be launching a line nationwide with them, with our granola products that we're bringing in. And when you look at our products and our brand, what you see in the US is a drop in the bucket. We've got close to 100 SKUs in Canada that are organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, fair trade. They're epic products. And it's all for us. It's the quest of how to market in this ocean of America, where where do we put our energy? Where do we put our efforts? And how do we get the brand known? But I'm gifted to have a brand that I get to sell that has beautiful, incredible products. And I get to have awesome friends like you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we love you, man. I love you. You're a great guy. And, your product, just when you sent us some samples and I first had the trail mixes, blew me away. And also I'm very strict about what I eat, as you know, just like you are. And the ingredients are clean. It's organic, not too much sugar, but still really tasty. So yeah, man, I'm glad you selected them as the brand where you poured your heart into them. It's great.
Yeah.
You've been with them for years, right?
I've been here 9 years.
9 years. Wow.
Yeah. And they put up with a lot because I'm a wild character, as anyone at Prana will tell you.
You got to change the world. You got to be a little wild, right?
Yeah. And you see, the canoes behind me. The story of the canoe is really, I used to fly a wingsuit. And one day I went to the airport. My wife was pregnant. I went to attach my wingsuit to my parachute, and my mind went blank. I couldn't remember how to do it, and all I could think about was my kids. And I realized, okay, maybe this is a selfish activity. So I got in the car, I drove home. I told my wife, I've been doing this for 7 years. I'm going to quit. I sold my skydiving gear, and I bought a canoe because I thought it was something that I could do to give to my family. I love water. My daughter's name is River. And I get in the canoe and I start going down the river and there's garbage. And it's like, how can I have this beautiful thing in my life that I'm trying to participate in and allow this to be here? So I started collecting garbage and picking up garbage a little bit. Prana did an Earth Day event. We took the whole company, 100 plus people out. We went around Montreal. We picked up garbage. We started cleaning the city. And on that day, it occurred to me, well, why do I do it in a structured way, one day a year for the planet, if I'm in the environment weekly in my canoe? And I began this journey of picking up garbage. And I've actually bought another boat, a kayak, when I was down to see Gavin when he was still at Earth Fair, and cleaned some rivers with that along my way home. But what I found is that this is something that all humans appreciate. I get messages from people all over the world now that say, hey, you know what? We went out and picked up garbage because we saw what you're doing. So it's all these little things. And I really believe that we have so much around us that we can impact today, tomorrow, the next 4 days. I have 1,600 wood dowels with different types of mushrooms, mycelium, lion's mane, all these different types of mushrooms that I'm putting into logs and parts of the garden and stuff to grow mushrooms to break down and give back nutrition to the soil. And I hope to share that message with people, because it's the type of thing like picking up garbage that when we learn how simple these things are, then we can all make a difference on the planet.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Amazing. It's amazing.
Well, we need to continue this conversation, but thank you for sharing all this and being on, and good seeing you, buddy.
You're welcome, guys. Love and respect.
Love you, buddy.
Take care, brother. Love you too. All right. So we are going to get into our next segment here. Now, I want to pause for our weekly sponsor and the name, the pronunciation. So number one, Scott Hardman Brands. He's sponsoring our episode, and we're going to mention it again at the very end. And they're also giving away some prizes that are worth, I think it's pretty good, at least $50, $60 here. So Scott Hardman Brands works with a brand called Ararat. Wade, probably mispronouncing it, but let's just pretend I'm saying it phonetically. It's Ararat. We're going to type it into the comments here. Wade will track that down. And they do high mineral sparkling water. They also do baby water, so water that's fit for a baby. They sell in Walmart. They sell in all these major stores. They also have their website, which we'll be posting as well. They're going to be giving away 2 free cases of water. Winner's choice on what assortment that you want. They have the Ararat high mineral sparkling water. They have the Well, which is the low mineral sparkling water, and still water in glass and PET, the glass, which is amazing. And they have a baby well for those that have babies out there from the pandemic, right? A lot of babies came into this world. So it's naturally purified water for your babies. And their national competitor is Nestle Pure Life. So that's a little glimpse into our sponsor and the prize. But now I'm going to do something that really haven't done for a while, I think for at least 7 or 8 months. And it's part of our spotlight is I'm going to sing a song. And we have these fancy speakers and these fancy mics, so we can do it. So the song that, and I'm a big karaoke guy. I love singing. I just don't do it as often with life. It's a Madonna song. It's a Madonna song that I'm not a huge fan of Madonna. I grew up in the 80s. Most of the songs don't really lend well to a male. Like I'm not going to sing La Isla Bonita or anything like that, or Like a Virgin. But there is a song that she had that was part of a movie, and the song is called I'll Remember. It's one of my favorite songs. It's just one of those Madonna songs one of the songs you just really like, and you can play whenever, and I can always listen to it no matter what time of the day. So let me go ahead and a little bit of butterflies here, because it's been a while, Wade. It's been a while. So let's get it going.
You got this. I'll just sit back and
crack open a beer. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So here we go, and you're welcome to sing along as well if you know this song. So here we go. All right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. say goodbye to not knowing when the truth in my whole life began. Say goodbye to not knowing how to cry. You taught me that. And I'll remember the strength that you gave me. Now that I'm standing on my own, and I'll remember the way that you saved me. I'll remember. Inside, I was a child that could not mend a broken wing. Outside, I looked for a way to teach my heart to sing. And I'll remember the love that you gave me. Now that I'm standing on my own, I'll remember the way that you changed me. I'll remember. Ooh. I've learned to let go of the illusion that we can possess. And I've learned to let go and travel in stillness. Now remember happiness. I'll remember. Ooh. Oh, wait. And I'll remember the strength that you gave me. Now that I'm standing on my own, and I'll remember the way that you changed me. I'll remember. No, I'll never be afraid to cry. Now I finally have a reason why. I'll remember. No, I'll never be afraid to cry. Now I finally have a reason why. I'll remember. No, I'll never be afraid to cry. Now I finally have a reason why. I'll remember. No, I'll never be afraid to cry. Now I finally have a reason why. And I remember. All right.
Nicely done, my friend.
Thank you. It's a good sing-along song. All right. Yeah, we should do a karaoke session like after Expo West or something. We got to play.
Well, I was going to say, maybe we'll do that next time. We'll do a karaoke happy hour. And the more genius coladas we serve, the better the songs sound, right?
Exactly. And the better we think we're singing.
Right.
All right. So our next segment, getting right back, killed it. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the next segment is called Friday, or no, it isn't. It's Stuff We Love, right? So let's go to Stuff We Love. And Wade, I've been in the spotlight, so I'm gonna hand it back to you.
So I've been busy running this thing here, trying to do all these copy and paste and all this stuff. I'm just doing this. I'm this guy. I don't know if he was on earlier. Bilal sent me a box this week. I completely unexpected. I came home, we've got one of those little Amazon hub things here. I got a notification I had something to pick up, and I go down there. Wasn't expecting this, and Bilal sent me a box. And so, needless to say, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to have a Balani flatbread with some of the sauce. He absolutely hooked me up. And actually sent me a shirt, and he's going to bring tears to my eyes. The guy, I love that guy, his brothers, his mother, just the best people on earth. And I love you, buddy. Thanks so much. I love him, and I love Balani. That's all I got. I don't have the product to show me because it's sitting in my refrigerator, ready for me to cook it. Like I said, in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's getting ready. You're getting it ready. I got to second that I love you, Bilal. You're an awesome guy. I love Balani's. I met him 12 years ago demoing at a Whole Foods in Torrance before I was even in this industry. And I remember he was the guy from across the room, right? It's funny. It's kind of a bromance. Across the room, like, that guy looks like he has a great energy. And I know that product, Balani's. I came over. He was sampling it out. He sampled to me the lentil one and the pumpkin one. I had it. I loved it. And I bought him that day 12 years ago. And here we are 12 years later. And he's a hustler. He's a grinder. I mean, everything, we can say so much about him, just about his grit and how hard he works. They do 55 farmers markets every week. His whole family's all in on this. He's a family man. Just, we can go on and on, Wade. But I got the package too. So, Bilal, thank you so much for sending it. We're kind of limited on fridge space, so I put in about 2/3 of it into ours, and I gave 1/3 to friends and family. And my dad loves it, so I got to say that. All right, so stuff we love. Urban Remedy, their chocolate chip cookies. I'm a big sucker for chocolate chip cookies. Laurel, I promised I'd shout you out, and the product Daily Crunch. Thank you so much for sending this. This is their new flavor, their cacao and sea salt, sprouted almonds, cacao mix, organic coconut sugar, maca, vanilla, sea salt. Boom, done. The other one, I think this is the largest product I've ever brought on the show to show, is Capello's Pizza. Have you had this, Wade?
Yes, I have it. Good stuff.
Really, I mean, David started with the swearing, right, with the bullshit. I'm going to say this is really fucking good. Just like Balani's is really fucking good. So for flatbreads, go to Balani's. For pizza, Capello's is damn good. It's almond flour crust, super clean ingredients. I mean, right there's literally only one little paragraph on this side here. So very clean and crunchy too. All right, so that is the stuff we love. Now we're going to get into our next segment with our premier sponsor, and this is called Friday Freebies.
Friday Freebies.
Are we gonna end on time this week?
We're close, but you have to hit the ongoing sponsor, then I'll do this week's sponsor. How's that?
Sounds good. So V-Driven is our ongoing sponsor. We love everyone there, from Marine Boland Parks to Brandon Mahin to Luke Abbott to one of their administrators, Kenesha, who's our Vibeman, and she's awesome. And a little bit about V-Driven. They're a CPG partner for emerging purpose-driven brands. They fuel growth and innovation, so you can work with them. They have a full team of people, and they provide strategies and support in every phase of the retail journey, from leadership coaching and brand management, accounting, sales strategy. They also fight trade spend deductions, which has been in the news lately, right, from some of my posts. So make sure to reach out to them. They're probably, just from the trade spend deductions alone, will at least return the money that you pay them every month. I guarantee you that. So make sure to reach out. Luke.Abbott, that's Luke.Abbott, ABBOTT, at VDriven.com, or just go to VDriven, V as velocity, driven.com. Thank you for sponsoring us.
Right on. So that lets me, well, you can think of a question.
Already got it.
Ararat, is that how Ararat?
I think it's Ararat. I should know this because that's the rest.
Well, that's what you think. That's what I'm going with. So today's sponsor is the Ararat Group, Natural Mineral Artesian Waters. They own and operate 5 artesian natural mineral water wells that are located below Mount Ararat, Armenia. And there are 3 brands that are part of the Ararat Group. There's Ararat, which is a high mineral sparkling water in a glass bottle. Think of the competitor national equivalent would be San Pellegrino. The Well, which is a low mineral sparkling and still water in glass and PET, kind of equivalent to Fiji. And Baby Well, which is a naturally purified water for your babies, comparable to Nestle Pure Life. So, fun fact, Mount Ararat is the final resting place for Noah's Ark, and the wells are located 1,200 feet below Noah's Ark. The broker is our buddy. I think he's still tuned in now. Is Scott Hartman.
LinkedIn user over there.
Yeah, LinkedIn loser. Sorry, Scott. LinkedIn user Scott Hartman with Hartman Brands, and we appreciate you sponsoring Scott and Ararat. I'm trying to get the link up here, and I'm having
Scott has it covered, man. He got the Ararat Group. He got the Baby Well USA. He got his email. And by the way, I mean, just another plug that, Scott, you didn't even mention to us, but I'm going to mention it because I know you and we've been golfing together. You're a terrible golfer, but you are you're a great friend. And you're a great, just the way you do, right? You connect with other buyers. You've been in this industry for a long time. So you also work with brands. You're basically like a master salesperson. You have a brand, they're emerging, they're natural, they're growing, and you get them into more stores with your relationship. So that one's on the house, that free plug about you as a person. So Hartman Brands, and then you have the his email, which is in there, scott@hartmanbrands.com, if you'd like to scale your brand and need some help on the master sales side.
Right on.
That's going to be a free round of golf from you and San Juan Capistrano, Scott. So, all right, that's all I need. All right. So I already have the question. And by the way, the prize, which you went over, right?
No, I did not. But it is. I got to get the right one. 2 free cases of water, and whoever wins gets to choose the water between the 3 brands we mentioned: Ararat, The Well, and Baby Well. So, Alex, I'll leave it up to you if you're giving 2 questions, or if you're going to give a case to each, or if you're going to do one big water fest to someone with Memorial Day weekend next weekend. They might be able to have a Memorial Day party and hook up their friends with some water. You tell them. Yep.
Partying with baby water. That's what they got to do.
Hey,
they got to get the baby water,
that's
right?
Right. Exactly.
We're all babies inside, right? So yeah, we're kids at heart. At heart, that's a good one. So
Hartman, right?
Yep. So let's just do winner takes all, just like the what's the ABBA song, right? The winner takes it all, or something like that.
Right.
So I'm not going to sing that one. It's too hard to sing ABBA. So the question is, I was mentioning a market where they helped an individual go from homeless to being a manager. What market was that? What's the name of it?
Nice.
I wrote that one down right after I said it too. I knew that'd be a great question. What is the name of the market where they took a homeless person and eventually grew into a manager? Clue, it's in Los Angeles. Fresh Market. That could happen, but it's not.
Never say never, right?
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's this is funny. I missed this one. I don't know if you saw this comment earlier in the show. I missed. I'm still behind. What was the chicken's name? That would have been a good question too. Yes,
Yolanda.
Nice, Paul. I like that. That's great.
Yolanda, I get the water. All right, so it's Fresco Market. She said Fresco, and then she said Fresco Market. We'll give it to you. And you also were cheering me on during the singing, right? You were singing along, so you deserve it. So that's Grace Steinkraus. Got a lot of difficult names today. I believe
you're doing a stellar job, Alex. Stellar job.
Thank you. All right, so Grace, make sure to email cpgvibes100@gmail.com in order to claim your prize. We'll connect you with Scott Hartman, and we'll get you that prize. And then just saying it again, because it's really important, give us 5 stars, please. We're at 84, 16 away from 100. I mean, road to 100. We're there. We're getting there. Right. And then if you'd like to be a sponsor, right, there's a introductory discount we're giving everyone, $350. You get out to the hundreds of people on here, the thousands that are on Apple Podcast. and it's in the CPG community, which is great. So if you'd like to be a sponsor, it's filling up fast. I think we're filled up into the summer at this point. So cpgvibes100@gmail.com if you're interested in that, and we can give you the single rate, or you can get a block and do a few different episodes, and you get a discount on that up to 30% if you grab multiple episodes. So
right, and then they could also, when you see the post come out about the show, if you share it, if you share it with your followers, and it's just anything you can do to help spread the awareness of the show. Things like we did today. It's we're constantly, as everyone that tunes in regularly knows, we constantly doing something different, right? I'm not every week we have Alex sing. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes it's just Alex and I. You just never know what's going to come up. And the one thing that we didn't get to today, Alex, which we will have to pencil for a later date, is we've threatened to talk about category reviews, so we definitely have to circle back to that at some point. But
next week,
I think. No, we got Tom next week, so we'll get there. We'll get there. But and I think maybe we'll just make sure we have some time to promote it, and also get some questions in from our fans before we get too far into it. So appreciate everybody tuning in. But yeah, share 5 stars, FridayVibes100@gmail.com. What did I miss, Alex?
Someone is asking, I'm having trouble doing it, putting in the email into the comment.
Oh, I said Friday Vibes 100, CPG Vibes 100.
Force of habit.
I was going to say.
So, and speaking of that, so next week's episode, we mentioned at the beginning for those that tuned in and jumped in midstream here, pun intended. Our show next week is going to be on Thursday, not Friday. So CPG Vibes. Now you're starting to catch on why we changed our name for many reasons, and that's one of them. So Thursday, same time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. Make sure to tune in. As mentioned, we're gonna have Tom Malingo from Banjectory on, and he's an awesome guy. We look forward to hearing more from him. All right. So Wade, what are you doing this weekend before we sign off?
Officially moving.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will. That's it. That's a big task. That's a big task. So I'm going to be going to California Wine Masters. Genius Juice is sponsoring. They raise several $1 million in a night that goes to fight cystic fibrosis. So if you Google California Wine Masters, you can actually donate to the cause. They're, I think, one of the leading charities for cystic fibrosis. They do it. This is so cool, Wade. They do it on the Warner Brothers studio lot.
Right.
And we're gonna have 2 tables, one in the front called the hydration station. When people arrive, it's going to be hot tomorrow, and then one kind of deeper into the campus where the event actually is going to be. So look forward to that. And Wade, love you, buddy. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Love you. Talk soon.
Take care, everyone.